What's up everyone? Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Max. This is Max Ink Reacts, and today I'm checking out Lucid by Tomlinson. Alright, so I've reached the final track on Louis' album, How Did I Get Here? And I'm really excited to get into it. Like I've said in a few of the previous reactions, this album has been no skips. I've loved the way it's laid out in terms of track listing. Sonically, I really enjoyed it. There's been a lot of similarities to artists or genres that I personally enjoy. So this has been a great introduction to his music because it's something that's right up my alley. Now when it comes to this track, with the title, I'm expecting it's going to be slower, maybe a little bit dreamy, and lyrically, I'm guessing it's going to be reflective. I get the sense with some of the topics covered in the album that it's gonna be one of those final tracks that covers everything that was touched on in the album in a way and kind of wraps it up. Before I get into the reaction, if you want to support me in this channel, I do now have a Patreon with 2 tiers that include monthly reaction requests. So if there's a song you've been wanting to see me react to that I haven't gotten around to and you want to make sure it goes through, that's the best way to do it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, comment down below what you thought of the song, and without further ado, let's get into Lucid. Okay, acoustic vibes. Ooh, one of the longer tracks on the album too, over 4 minutes. I speak to someone else, standing where they stood before. In some ways and some ways strange, nothing is quite the same in this reality. Everybody looks like me. Alright, before we get into the chorus, I really like how sonically it's incorporating a lot of the instruments that have been throughout the album, but it is slower, it is kind of more reflective. And production-wise, I like that we're back to the clean vocals for this because it fits the sound more. It wouldn't sound entirely right if the vocal distortion was on there, so I'm glad to hear we're back to a cleaner vocal mix. Yeah, let's see what the chorus gives us. I like the play on like lucid dreams, kind of breaking that phrase up. Lifetime payment plan, walk into the superstore, heavy pavement slide, ripples as I touch the floor. Some ways and some ways strange, nothing is quite. Yeah, I love the vocal melodies on this. I will say I was expecting some sort of pickup with percussion or drums in verse 2. So I'm wondering if it is going to be primarily just those ride cymbal hits the whole time, or if it is going to maybe build and crescendo at the end. Regardless, I'm really liking the sound of the song. Whichever way it goes, I'll be happy with it. But I am wondering if it is going to be just this kind of consistent sound the whole time, or if it is going to pick up in some way. Feelings real, but do I ever need to sleep? My question has been answered. I did not expect drums there though. So I don't know, because I see in the lyrics that we're going back to the chorus. So is this considered a bridge and then we're going to get the long outro, but they skip the chorus? Or is this like a extra long pre-chorus? Interesting structure. vocals too. I like the production choices. I'll touch on them after the chorus. It's a great line. I'll dream awake. All right, so with the production on what I am going to call chorus 2, I really like how, even though there was extra instrumentation added, there were extra production and effects to keep the kind of like dreamy feel. So since the drums were added, and that does, you know, bring in a little bit more intensity. I think the bass was added there too, if I'm not mistaken. But then you had that like filtered out vocal, you had more reverb and delay, you had more layers, so it kept that very like flowy feel, even though as a whole the track added more. So I think that's a really cool thing from a production standpoint. Interesting outro. And there's still 40 seconds. Like the use of the bells or xylophone. I can't tell if that's static or if it's rain sounds. Let me know if you know the answer to that. Yeah, very interesting structure to that song. So that was Lucid by Louis Tomlinson, and I have to say that is one of the more confusing tracks of the album, but not a bad confusing. I think because of how the rest of the album was in terms of sonics and structure, this one felt a lot more experimental, which is not a bad thing. I love experimental sounds, but it makes me want to listen back through the album, like straight through, knowing that track is coming and seeing if there's anything I can like piece together or pick up as to why that track sounded so different from the others and why it was the final track on the album. But yeah, overall, really enjoyed it. Again, the production choices, especially in the second chorus, were great. Love the mix on the acoustic. Vocals sounded great as well. The one thing I was not huge on and like took me out of it were the 3 I'm okays at the end. I don't know if that was like, it was obviously like a pitched up vocal if it was Louis or it was someone else, but I would love to know the reason why it was so different sounding, I guess, because I would expect it to be his voice, but I didn't expect that. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, just something that I feel like is a question that I'm not going to get an answer to unless one of you points it out in the comments. So yeah, I'm just curious about it, why the difference / pitched up vocal, and then the ending with the static or rain and the sound of movement kind of going around. But yeah, really cool track as a whole. So that wraps up Louis' album. And like I've said in other reactions, I am going to be reacting to all of his music. Now, when that comes out, I'm not entirely sure. I'll start doing it soon, but it will very likely be something that I film ahead of time and have as like a early Patreon access kind of thing, and then be posting either a chopped up like full length reaction to the album, or do the songs like day by day. So let me know if you have a preference for how you would like to watch the reactions, because I have been curious about doing full albums that are chopped up a little bit, just because I personally enjoy watching reactions like that. Or if you've enjoyed what I've been doing with this album, where it's kind of like the full song and I go through it, but it's a longer video because I talk in between. So yeah, just let me know what you would prefer, you Louis fans out there, and what you want to see from me. But thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what you thought of the song and the album as a whole. Share it with a Louis fan who you think might enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.